COVID-19 was never a pandemic, and COVID-19 should never be addressed as a pandemic. COVID-19 was an intentional, and I want to repeat, an intentional attempt by powerful individuals, business partners, governments, and corporations and companies, an intentional attempt by very powerful individuals in the world, very powerful governments in the world, very powerful companies in the world, and very powerful corporations in the world. It was an intention by these individuals and parties to control the global population and to some extent reap large benefits, profits from this action. I stated clearly yesterday that I received a very confidential document from the United Kingdom. This document was shared to me through my private email, and I said that I will not conceal the identity of the source of the document for security reasons. In this document, it illustrates with dates and facts the intentional attempts by these powerful individuals and companies and governments to introduce COVID-19 to the world. One, to make profits, and two, to control global population. Now, among these powerful companies and among these powerful parties that participated in the intentional release of COVID-19 virus to the global population was none other than Atomwise. Atomwise is one of the companies that I have seen throughout this document, named severally to have participated in the plan to defraud the world with COVID-19 as a pandemic. When you check online, you will find that Atomwise is an AI-based company in the race for drug discovery. Now, that is what they have written on their website. AI is the new superpower. That is Atomwise. And they say that Atomwise is a technology-enabled pharmaceutical company leveraging the power of AI to revolutionize small molecule drug discovery. The Atomwise team invented the use of deep learning for structure-based drug design. This technology underpins Atomwise's best-in-class AI discovery engine, which is differentiated by its ability to find and optimize novel chemical matter. Now, the company has raised over $174 million US from leading venture capital firms to advance its mission to make better medicines faster. Now, simply, Atomwise is a pharmaceutical company focused on making drugs. How did Atomwise participate in the COVID-19 fraud? How did Atomwise partner with other several parties, several global governments, and several powerful individuals in the world to intentionally introduce COVID-19 to the world? Now, if you check this document starting from page 57, it is illustrated clearly with dates. Now, according to this document, Atomwise was founded in 2012 by Abraham Heifetz and Isa Wallach. It uses conventional neural networks to predict the bioactivity of small molecules for drug discovery applications. Now, this document is illustrating the events of Atomwise based on dates. Now, in 2012, Atomwise and Merck enter into long-term partnership. Their projects are confidential, however, aimed at redesigning medicines to fight old and upcoming diseases. 13th July 2016, Atomwise CEO states, Atomwise's most dramatic work involves Ebola that was started in 2014. that was very promising, as well as subsequent tests of cell metabolism to make sure the cells were staying healthy. So now we are looking for a BSL-4 facility to run tests using the live virus and assumedly humanized mice. That is 13th July 2016. Then we move to September 2018. That developed COVID-19 vaccine. Now, in September 2018, these are dates, occurrences, events that happened before COVID-19 was declared a pandemic in March 2020. Now, September 2018, Atomwise entered into an evaluation agreement with Pfizer to identify potential drug candidates for 3 confidential target disease proteins selected by Pfizer. January 2019, Atomwise royalty payments. Then we move from January 2019, we go to June 2019. Atomwise entered into a multi-year evaluation agreement valued at $560 million with Eli Lilly to identify potential drug candidates for 10 undisclosed target novel disease proteins selected by Eli Lilly. Now these are events happening before COVID-19, and you can see that Atomwise is entering into partnerships, engagements with companies that later were involved in the development of COVID-19 vaccines. They are entering into agreements to develop drugs, vaccines for undisclosed diseases. I want you to underline that. Atomwise is partnering with the likes of Pfizer, with the likes of Eli Lilly, and with the likes of other big companies with the intention of developing drugs, vaccines for undisclosed diseases. This is in 2019 and 2018. Let us go on. We are from June 2019 and we proceed to September 2019. Atomwise signs the largest China-US bio deal valued at $1.5 billion with Hamso Pharmaceuticals to design new drugs for 11 undisclosed protein targets in different diseases. Atomwise is entering into another deal to design new drugs for 11 undisclosed protein targets in different diseases. The relevance of various virus glycoproteins having been noted by and within this document. Prior to this, in June of 2016, Hansoh Pharmaceuticals had donated RMB 1.2 million recently to Wuhan University for construction of discipline of Second School of Clinical Medicine. Now we are from September 2019, we proceed to March 2020. This is the time when COVID-19 was now declared a pandemic. Atomwise and Bridge Biotherapeutics signed $1 billion deal to discover and develop up to 13 undisclosed small molecule programs. May 2020. Atomwise partners with 15 global research teams for small molecule drug discovery for the current pandemic and any forthcoming in the future. 3 such projects being essentially undisclosed. October 2020. Atomwise received a $2.3 million US grant from the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation for small molecule drug discovery, including antimalarial, anti-tuberculosis therapies, and COVID-19. 21st December 2020. After raising 123 million US dollars, Atomwise partnered with Future RX to form A21 Therapeutics, backed by Johnson & Johnson Innovation and many other things. Now, I just want to end it there. There are so many details about Atomwise and its involvement in drug development. Now, just from the statements that I have given, from the timeline that I have given, traced from 2012, 2016, 2018, 2019, before COVID-19, you can see that Atomwise was engaged in some serious developments of drugs for undisclosed diseases. And one of Atomwise partners during this period was Pfizer. Pfizer that later was involved in the development of COVID-19, development and sale of COVID-19 vaccines. Even at this point, you can sense some connection between Atomwise, Pfizer, Bill and Melinda Gates, and all these engagements to COVID-19. Did Atomwise and these other parties know about COVID-19 before it emerged as a pandemic in 2020? Did they participate in the development of this virus and subsequent development of a vaccine for COVID-19 starting in 2012? Did Atomwise know that in 2020 there was to be a serious virus outbreak known as COVID-19? Just to answer all these questions, and from the timeline of the events of Atomwise, we can see that Atomwise and the likes of Pfizer, Bill and Melinda Gates were actually aware of COVID-19 before it was declared a pandemic in 2020. And based on the confidential information from the document that I have just read for you, starting from page 57 to page 58, you can see that Atomwise was engaged in some serious research and testing with the potential of developing drugs for undisclosed diseases. And you can see that in 2018, September 2018, Atomwise entered into an evaluation agreement with Pfizer to identify potential drug candidates for 3 confidential target disease proteins selected by Pfizer. The same Pfizer that developed and sold COVID-19 vaccines was engaged in identifying potential drug candidates for 3 confidential target disease proteins in September 2018, 2 years before COVID. In January 2019, I said that Atomwise and Charles River formed an alliance for discovery of small molecule drugs. Atomwise earned up to $2.4 billion US in royalty payments. In June 2019, Atomwise entered into a multi-year evaluation agreement with Eli Lilly to identify potential drug candidates for 10 undisclosed target novel disease proteins selected by Eli Lilly. Even if you are not a researcher, even if there are some things that you don't know, but at this point you can draw some connections between Atomwise, the past events of Atomwise, simply from 2018 to 2019, and the emergence of COVID-19. We can justly say that Atomwise developed the COVID-19 vaccines in 2018. when it entered into an engagement with Pfizer. COVID-19 vaccines were developed as early as 2018, and a vaccine can only be developed when there is a disease, a virus. That means that COVID-19 virus was created, was available, was present even before 2018. And these individuals released this virus with the primary objective of earning profits, reaping big from the sale of their vaccines. That is one of the revelations from my confidential document. And from this revelation, we can justly see that the likes of Atomwise partnered with very powerful companies, very powerful pharmaceutical corporations to defraud the world with COVID-19. The likes of Atomwise and other powerful individuals and companies partnered to intentionally kill global citizens using a pandemic. People need to know the truth, and citizens, especially those who lost their loved ones, need to know the truth. Governments must be open and tell them what really transpired during the COVID-19 pandemic. If these details are things to go by, then we must hold these governments accountable. They must pay for the pain, emotional pain and physical pain that these individuals experienced. And if the likes of Atomwise and the other parties are to be left scot-free, then I would say that no one is safe. Next in this discussion, I am going to detail how Bill and Melinda Gates participated in the COVID-19 fraud.